Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Between Nerds. You got our hosts out here. You got me, Lloyd.
Aldo, Drew.
And today we're going to be talking about what won on the poll again? That was Promised Neverland. You don't have to answer that. You have to
Promised Neverland.
You promised that you're going to be simmered down today.
Professor Parker, I believe we watched The Promised Neverland this past week.
Professor Parker. How we doing today, guys? Pretty good?
I'm doing awesome. I've been doing awesome.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I'm doing all right.
So, before we start, what's the deal with what happened last time?
Well, yesterday, we tried to record yesterday, but unfortunately I got called into work. And yeah, I just allowed that this guy take a day off. So, yeah.
Aldo preferred paying bills over his friends.
Yeah.
He said take a day off. Yeah, we actually did another episode. We're going to be releasing that along with this one. So be sure to listen to that one before we put this one out. Or actually, they're going to go out at the same time. So I don't even know what I'm saying.
That's Drew's hyper special episode. I love that episode.
That episode, I haven't seen that episode. I already hate it.
You see the podcast?
Already see 1 star.
Yeah.
I'm trying my best, Lloyd. Okay, so like Lloyd was saying,
Is that a judgment?
this past week we watched The Promised Neverland,
Yes.
and
Awesome, by the way.
it's awesome. It's great. We were also pushing our giveaway / donation-a-thon on Twitter.
Donation-a-thon. Nice save.
Yeah, dude.
On Twitter. So before we get lost in the sauce of the episode, I just wanted to push our Twitter at Between Nerds a little bit. Don't forget to be using the hashtag Nerds for Autism, and don't forget to mention at Autism Society EP so that you can be entered into both our giveaway. And for every hashtag and mention, we will be donating to the Autism Society of El Paso. But before we get into the meat of the episode,
when does this end again?
till the end of the month. Thank you for asking, Lloyd.
Okay, thank you. I just wanted to make sure people out there know.
Please use what? Where can I join this donation-a-thon?
You let them know.
Please mention us on Twitter at Between Nerds. And use the hashtag Nerds for Autism.
And no, you also have to mention Autism Society EP.
Absolutely, yes, you do.
And email us.
It's crazy because it's free. You don't have to do anything. You just got to mention us.
There's like 5 participants so far, so everyone that's entered has like a 20% chance of just winning the thing outright. So
yeah, so you can imagine what your chances are right now. Just pull up. It's a free giveaway, and we're gonna be donating. We're not even asking for we're not even getting anything out of this. We're just gonna, we're just trying to be.
I keep asking Aldo if we can get a sponsor, and he said no, not until we get some real Twitter followers. So
yeah, I heard he wanted to get Dunkin' Donuts sponsor us.
Don't be a bot or a cop. Follow us at Between Nerds.
Yes. Anyways, Promised Neverland. How'd you like it, Lloyd? No, wait. How'd you like it, Drew?
I liked it a lot.
Why not me?
I just want to know what he.
My name comes first in the alphabet, so we'll go A. You're last.
Yes.
Okay, I see y'all. All right. So, what did you think of it, Drew?
I thought it was excellent. The Promised Neverland is the only anime I've gotten my girlfriend to watch entirely by herself, and I think a big reason for that is because it is a thriller. It's a little bit of a mind game. It has some fantasy elements to it as well, based on the villains, sort of. It's kind of dystopian, George Orwellian anime secret society on a farm.
Yeah, it is.
Did I describe that correctly?
Sure.
Yeah. And, I mean, I would say it's about, an orphanage with about 37 kids that are being taken care of and then being sold to demons.
I don't think they're being sold.
I mean, not sold.
I think the whole society is run by the demons, based on like the very first episode. So, starting from the beginning, The Promised Neverland starts out with they describe it as an orphanage, like you were saying. It's this caretaker named Mom, and it's like 30 or so kids, and they just play in this giant house out in the country, but it's surrounded by both a giant, like, 100-foot wall and a bunch of fencing they're not supposed to go around, and a gated hallway that all the kids have seen.
Yeah, almost like, because I don't understand the point of the fence. And it's just like, how daring are these fucking kids being, kind of thing. Because you have the main wall, but then you have the stupid fence that just...
It's only like half a feet tall. Like,
yeah.
Anybody could just walk over it.
Yeah,
half
exactly.
a feet tall.
Half a feet. You ever measured in feet before?
Yeah.
Lloyd likes feet.
And then, you, Lloyd, what do you think? What do you think is going on right now?
For context, you have read the manga, correct?
Yes.
Are you giving us spoilers today?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
You know, I really want to, because honestly, it's really good. Well, the anime of the season 1, I get, I don't know how to explain it. It just gets better.
Oh,
like
I'm
right
sure.
now, like right now, it's so like the season 1. It's so
small scale.
Yes, very small scale, and it's not giving enough to kind of like work with as far as like trying to understand what the as far as like what the world building is like. It has potential. And it kind of upset me when I was initially watching it, because I don't get a taste of like what's going on around the world, their world. And that's where I think season 1 kind of falls off. But now with season 2, it's starting to get more intense. So
season 2 comes out in January.
Yeah. So season 1, what's like the whole premise of this? So it was like the kids
in episode 1. The basically what we know so far is that it's supposed to be an orphanage. So the kids get adopted. We never see the people adopting them. And whenever these kids leave, they never write letters back to the orphanage, even though they always say they will. And
so spooky.
In the very first episode, she, like a 7-year-old, gets air quotes adopted, and everyone sees her off, but like she leaves her favorite stuffed animal. So 2 of our main characters, Norman and Emma, go chase after her and the caretaker mom to go give her back Bunny. And the very end of the first episode, we find Connie's corpse, and we see what the kids call demons discussing shipments and harvests and about who gets to eat what children based on quality. And we get that to mean that that's based on their test scores.
Yep.
Because they got a juicy brain.
It kind of reminded me of M. Night Shyamalan type of story. Because, very twisty, because everything seems so fine in the orphanage, and then all of a sudden you see some, like, crazy demons, or creatures, or whatever they are. And you're just left wondering, because they don't give you enough context of what these creatures are capable of, but we know that there's sort of a hierarchy here in these like farms and with the food and all that. So you're starting to get a sense of all that sort of, I guess, I don't like it, like you're saying, like secret society in a way, but what they're showing you right off the bat is it's so small scale, it makes you wonder.
The Promised Neverland anime is one of those shows that always, every episode ends on a cliffhanger. Like, every episode just makes you want to binge it, because, like, you just like, oh, I can't stop watching right there. Like, what happens next? And that's how it suckers you in through 12 episodes.
Not for the first episodes. I wouldn't say for the first episodes, but after maybe episode 7... Yeah, after episode 7, it's just straight, like, super cliffhanger. And like you were saying, Lord, like, these demons look super crazy. They remind me of the one villain in My Hero Academia. The one that busts us in the training camp, in the training class.
The Nomu?
Yeah.
They look like Nomu from My Hero Academia.
Yes.
I didn't think about that.
You think so?
I think so. But with, like, super, like, skull, like, armor. looking shit like above their meaty body.
You know what I thought? It's like a mix of a demon or an alien or
like a fucked up Skeletors.
Skeletor.
Like
the Skeletor look like
like
Skeletor
super crazy fucked up. Because I mean, Skeletor has a fucking skull face and like a meaty body. These motherfuckers are the same. Thing.
Okay. So what you're saying is that their body structure is like very bone like.
Yeah. No. Their body structure is like super like tough and they're all thick, and then they have like their faces are made out of skulls and stuff. I don't know. It looks
crazy. No, you good. You good. No,
I
you
did
good.
not notice how meaty and thick they were, Aldo.
It's crazy.
But I don't understand how you can say that it doesn't start on cliffhangers, because the end of episode 1 is we see Mom with some crazy, like, I'm gonna kill these children look on her face with Bunny in her hands, implying that she knows that these kids found out the secret of the farm.
You know what? Because I had never seen it before, and like I guess my first time watching it, I was kind of trying to figure out what the anime was about.
Right.
But now that I watched it, yeah, you're probably right. But now that I finished it, it is cliffhanging.
The tone of the show isn't set to like the last 10 seconds of episode 1. Like you go through the first 20 minutes not understanding the tone or what it's about at all.
Yeah, I think it's pretty crazy. Well, in this anime, you have Emma, Norman, Ray, and you have all the other supporting characters, Gilda and Dawn. Oh, the mom is super crazy.
Isabella.
Isabella.
Well,
from the beginning, I thought she was very creepy.
Isabella the mom?
Yeah.
Well, after episode 1, basically the rest of the show is the smart kids, Emma, Norman, and Ray, trying to escape from the farm.
Mm-hmm. That's when they started planning out.
Yeah, that's starting with like episode 2. From like, as soon as they learn the secret, they're like, wow, we gotta get out of here.
Yeah, so what ends up happening is that all these kids end up getting shipped off at some given point in their young, tender lives. So they're pretty much on the farm until they're the highest quality in meat. So until
it's their brains.
It's their no.
Well,
it's like,
they selling whole, but the brain is the best part.
Yeah.
So if a kid gets smarter and smarter.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know if.
Well, they explain later on that like it has a lot to do with their emotions, which is why Mom tries to keep them so happy, keep something about their brains tasting good, and that's why they test their scores so much, so that they can know who has the most developed mind. And if you're not seen to be of a quality, like, brain texture, I guess, I don't know, then they'll eat you at a young age. But if you do get good test scores, they'll save you till before your 12th birthday.
Nice and ripened.
Nice and ripping.
I really want to give more context to that.
Like
no, they
spoilers?
definitely no, they.
Yeah, but I'll reserve that for later. But yes. So the kids being smart has a lot to do with why. Well, first of all, it does make them premium meat, but there's other characteristics that come with eating higher quality meat. Let me say that much.
I think they say at a certain point that only like the leaders allowed to eat the really smart kids.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, and there's a very, 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 very strong reason for that. But so how do you really think this is like a very like a scary anime?
It's a
it's more of a thriller.
It gets me thrilly for sure.
So then why do they say that it's a horror? Like, because I never got that vibe from it.
Well,
I get that vibe more. I get that more from like Berserk or say Gantz, because there's more blood, more death all over the place. But in this one, it's more like of a mystery thriller, and there's an underlying world that's just developing behind the story that's going on, and we don't get to see that. And I think that's what keeps a lot of us just hooked. Aside from like the kids trying to escape once they find out that it's a farm and they start doing the trainings and all that.
Okay, we'll talk about the trainings.
Yeah.
So, like, once Emma, Norman, and Ray find out that they want to try to escape, they start training the little kids by playing tag, correct?
Mm-hmm.
They start teaching them, like, military-esque formations, like how to stop, how to run on command, and how to run as a unit based on tag.
So yeah, on a lot of games, I would say, because as the story progresses, you see it playing all these sorts of non-tag fucking
And it's
exercises.
essentially hide and seek, anyways. I'm not even sure it's really tag.
Yeah, but on top of that, you also have to remember that these are very smart kids. They have a high IQ, so they see this as more of a strategic training.
Correct.
So
yeah, go ahead.
I did catch what you said about having because the kids they're supposed to grow up in this nurturing environment without stress and stuff like that, and that also increases their points as far as like quality meat and shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
For the yeah, that was very crazy. But I mean, as what you said from like being categorized as a horror, I mean, it's a thriller for me because obviously it's not gonna scare you. But there is, I mean, some of those moments that little kids are going through, they are pretty scary.
I feel like, yeah, if you put
Yourself.
if you put yourself and you're like some 11-year-old smart kid trying to escape getting eaten, it's just terrifying, bro. Like,
spooky because you don't even know where these kids. It's like all these kids, different races, different ages.
Why do you always think about
an
race?
Orphanage, and it's
just knowing that their mom knows that she knows that they know, and she's just like faking their entire.
They all know, man.
Faking their entire fucking day and just going about it, hugging everybody, feeding everybody.
Man, I wish we could have captured that moment. Like, it's like they all know. It's like
we did capture. I think this is like, a podcast.
They're all knowing.
So what happens next in the story is after Mom finds out that some of the kids know the secret of the farm, she kind of suspects it to be Norman and Emma. So she gets the only other adult the kids have ever seen come to the farm to help her, which is Sister, and which is just like a 27-year-old mother in training person, and she's gonna help babysit the kids and help figure out like who the traitors are amongst them.
So in this world, you have this kind of titles as far as the caretaker of the children. That's exactly what it is. Like, she has that title being a mom, which is trained to, medically, she knows how to cook, she knows, hospitality and taking care of emotional, care for these kids. And it's just so weird seeing that, but also this lady's taking them to the butcher shop. So, I mean,
she's priming them up for the butcher shop.
Well, what we learned from Sister is that part of the mom training is to like prove to the demon overlord people that you can have a kid and raise them, which is why all the caretakers are strictly women. They're just moms.
And how did that make you feel?
I don't know. How did it make you feel?
Huh?
Same, man. I was like, all right, cool. So they got to be moms to be moms.
Is that a metaphor?
I think so.
I didn't get that. I just thought that these bitches were getting trained to just be, farmers.
Because isn't Ray like her son?
Yeah, Ray's her son.
Because why would a demon care if he can be a mom or not?
Well, that's where the children come from. That's how they're raising them. So all the women are forced to have kids to
You think the demons are pooping them out?
No, I'm just saying, it's like, they got a pretty evil grandma-looking girl. She just doesn't seem like...
Yeah, it's all, like, maternal family names. Like, the leader of all the farms is named Grandma, and then there's Mom, and below her is Sister.
But I don't think...
That's a whole hierarchy right there, brother.
It's just that...
They run this bee. And then on top of that, they have the monsters they work for.
I think it's just people getting paid to do this. Because didn't the sister get like some surgery? Didn't she always carry like the little doll baby? So she never did. And yeah, maybe they never were gonna pick her, but I don't think that's because they had to be a mom.
I actually want to hear what you think where this story is gonna go, because it's funny. It's funny that because when I started reading it, I didn't know exactly where the story was going. And even now, it's still kind of hard to be like, where are they taking this? So, where do you think this world lies, and what do you think are some of the, not only like environmental mechanics, but the political mechanics of like how the world like works? Because that first season doesn't give you enough to like work with to kind of understand what is beyond that wall. It's like
you're telling him to describe something that you don't believe he understands properly.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah. Don't you? It's like,
I mean, yeah. I don't know what's gonna happen.
It's like going into a dark room. What do? You imagine what could be in a dark room.
I'm in a dark room right now.
You're in a dark room. Okay, so
anyways, what do you think is?
I mean,
like...
I don't want to start talking about the end of things. So, but I will get back to you. On that.
You're right.
I'll get back to you on that. But
you know, I love getting ahead. So
yes, But yes, what were you gonna say
about what? Okay, so so we find out that sister is willing to become a double agent and betray mom and sell her out so that she can make her look bad to grandma so that she can become the mother of this farm. And we find out within that same length of a couple episodes that Ray is secretly mom's informant, and he's been telling mom everything about what Emma and Norman have discovered and like how they're training the kids and how they're trying to get away.
Yes.
So then sister starts helping them, but mom does away with her by having grandma, air quotes, promote her to become a mother of a different farm.
I believe at one point Norman got the chance to get a question from sister, but at this point you don't hear what that was. But apparently a way to help herself, she let a kid know what the whole thing was about, at least one question, to answer one question. And yeah, like the sister, you can see, and I skimmed through the panels of the manga, and they look crazy. And like, just like seeing like all that go through, it looks very weird. Like just this lady just going berserk.
So how far did you like browse into the chapters? The panels?
No, I just
random.
I just went through the art pretty much. I just looked like right now with Bakemonogatari, I probably read like 10 pages and then I skimmed through it, like as far as the art goes. And
okay.
you know,
I'm just okay.
The panels. It's the little.
The scene Aldo was describing was when sister first comes out to Norman and Emma. They don't believe her at first because they know she's an adult and that she's willing to sell them out. So she lets Norman and Emma come to her room later that day and ask her anything they want. So initially they start asking questions that they already know the answers to figure out if she's willing to lie. And then they'll know if they can trust her. So what they had already found out at that point was that there's trackers in the back of the left ear of the children. Emma found them while searching through like new kid deliveries that came to the house and seeing like what looks like a large mosquito bite in the back of the ear. And they've seen mom around with what looks like a
pocket watch,
like a Dragon Ball detector.
Yeah, it definitely looks like that. Just said it was the last time we're gonna.
We keep talking about it every episode. But then, so they ask her those questions. She doesn't lie. And she answers truthfully about what she doesn't know, like exactly like how the tracker works, when they install it, and just other stuff like that. And I don't think they got any like real new information out of her before she gets shipped out. And then the very next episode, when she gets her air quotes promotion, she really gets fed to the demons.
Yeah.
And at this point, Emma and Norman had the same dream of like a white flower being stained red with blood, and they're trying to run away from the demons. And this is how they show Sister dying. This giant demon like grabs Sister in his hand and stabs her torso with a white flower, and it turns red.
Yeah, it blooms from the blood almost.
Right.
Yeah, and if you allow me to go back a little bit, once these kids find out, they're kind of recruiting kids. So one of them, Norman, I believe, has the idea to talk to the kids and let them know of a plan differently with different facts in it, pretty much, to see who the because apparently they think there's a mole.
That's how we found out who the rat was.
Yeah, the rat. Yeah, there's a whole ass.
So Norman and Emma had made a makeshift rope out of bed sheets, and that's how they were going to swing over this 100-foot wall around the property. They were going to swing up a tree and gymnastics their way up there. And Norman told 3 different people 3 different hiding spots, including Ray, who's seen as like the third main character, right?
Yeah. So throughout the beginning of the anime, you see this little loner kid just studying all the time, and just on the back. And then by the time he gets in there, that's what Norman is doing. Kind of, he's just doing the whole plot on everybody.
Yeah, just chilling, plotting. Just scheming. So in the corner, just seeing what everyone's doing. He looks like an
ass too. He's just like,
oh yeah, of course.
Yeah.
And when that's how Norman gets Ray to expose himself, because he lied about where it was, and you find out that Ray had been Mom's spy for like 6-7 years already, or something at that point.
Yeah.
And so since he was like 4 years old, he's been ratting on everybody in the house, and no one ever found out.
Yes, but I think his plan with that was that he couldn't trust anybody of what he was doing, so he just decided to hit the books really hard. And he was like, I need to be ready, kind of thing.
I think it's funny you say that, because like the funniest part in the whole series for me is when they're like little kids, Norman's sick in a medical bed, and you hear Emma being like, Mom, I'm gonna go hang out with Norman, I can't get sick. And she's like, who told you that? And you just see Ray pop up, and he's like, yeah, I told her idiots can't get sick.
Yeah.
Idiots just pops his head out of his book.
Yo.
Awesome, man. And then basically the episode after Sister dies, we find out Norman's gonna get shipped out to the demons by Mom. Emma gets her leg broken that same episode.
Yeah, so they had a plan that Roy, right? Or Ray.
Ray.
Damn. Ray. He was gonna signal them because he was supposed to drug Mom with a chemical or something, but Mom fucking finds out and just locks Ray in the closet or some room.
Yeah, it was a room.
And everybody's freaking out because Emma and Norman are at the wall or something, and they're trying to get the signal. Gilda and Don are trying to get a signal, and everything fucks up. So Mom catches up to Emma and Norman, and she just straight up breaks her leg. That was wild.
Because Emma's seen as the best athlete out of the main trio. So if her leg's broken, then there's no way for them to escape. And those other 2 characters that you mentioned that we haven't talked about yet, what are their names?
Gilda and Don.
Gilda and Don.
Yeah,
so they're seen as like the fourth and fifth oldest kids in the house. They're like 10 and 9 years old respectively. And they're adjacent to the plot of the main 3. And they have a vague sense of what's going on, but they're not as smart as like the main kids. So Norman and Ray won't fill them in on a whole lot.
They're getting told what to do pretty much.
Yeah, but the episode you're talking about, they take the initiative to break into Mom's room because they find out that there's a secret room behind a hidden bookcase, and back there it's like a shrine to all the dead children, because that's where Mom has been keeping all the stuffed bunnies and memorabilia of the kids that get eaten. So they also find what looks to be like a makeshift old telegraphy looking phone, right?
Yeah,
and that's how Mom's been contacting the outside.
Anyways, but okay. Oh man, I have to
And
bring
she
it back.
that's where she gets to talk with the higher ups, right?
Right.
Through that phone. Yeah.
I need to bring it back a little bit. What happened with the books that Emma found out about the author of the books?
Oh, William Minerva.
Yeah. Minerva.
So Emma, when going through the library and trying to help manufacture a plan with Norman, finds the first page in all these books, which is like the
author like stamp kind of thing.
No, it's like the
owl.
It's like the checked out. What do they call it? They call it like the checked out page, like how in a library book there's that first page where you can sign who's checking it out.
Yeah, and he was on all of them.
Yeah. So there's this group of like 6, 7 books or something that all have the same like stamp and name, William Minerva, and Braille lettering.
I think it was Morse code because it was.
It was Morse code.
It
was Morse code.
Yeah,
and most of them end up being nonsense.
And Braille on a book. It's like, son of a
You
bitch.
didn't play those old Pokemon, you didn't play those old Pokemon games where like it was just Braille on the screen, but like how am I going to read this because it's on a Game Boy Advance?
Never did.
That's messed up.
But yes, what's going on there? What happened there?
Okay,
I can't really remember what that said.
Most of the so I've read like 20 chapters after the end of season 1, so I know what the books are about vaguely too. That season 1 doesn't give context to, but like I know Lloyd's probably holding in like a million more other points besides that.
Okay, let's not talk about that. But that happened anyways.
So, but two of the books end up being important. One of them is an adventure book made up of loose stories about an adventurer, and the other one is like a history book or something. What was it, Lloyd?
I think so, because someone's like, I hate history.
Yeah,
like
right?
That.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I think it's a history book.
So the kids identified these 2 books as important, and we just know that there's some secret message in them.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And
but they don't say what it is, right? Or do they?
No, they have no idea what it is. But you see Emma daydreaming throughout like a few episodes, being like, oh, I want to go see what William Minerva's talking about. Mm-hmm. I'm going to go find out if all these William Minerva stories are true.
Yeah,
okay, let's bring him
the
back.
The only one that really finds out is Norman.
Oh, okay. Oh, but he GG's.
Right.
He's out.
So, after Emma gets her leg broken, Norman gets shipped out 2 days later. And Emma's still trying to come up with a breakout plan. She has like a makeshift tranquilizer.
And that was one of the like more important.
No, that was to disable the
the tracker.
The tracker. The candy box.
But it's shaped like a tranquilizer.
No, it's a candy box because he had to hide it in a candy box.
Mm-hmm. Shout out to Grave of Firefly.
Shout out to Grave of Firefly.
Still crying. So whenever Norman left, that was like a really important scene or time this is where it started getting a little bit more intense because Norman was literally the top prime meat. He was the A5 or 5A Wagyu of human meat.
Oof.
So him leaving, he pretty much always, his IQ was off the charts. Let's say that much. So he came up with a plan to pretty much leave the farm or the plantation, if that's how we're gonna put it. Maybe the plantation sounds better. Yeah. Anyways, so they come up with the plan before he leaves. He also has like something in store for the whole squad. So how it's kind of like ranked as far as like some of the smartest kids, it was definitely Norman, and then I think it's like Emma and Ray tied up for number 2, right?
They all have perfect scores. The 3 that we follow all have perfect scores.
Well, clearly Norman is superior.
Well, they described him in the very first episode.
He's got white hair, man.
As Norman
he's wise.
Oh no, that's good symbolism. That's good symbolism.
Because he's gonna die.
Because he has white hair because
he's a ghost.
He has white hair because he's seen as the wise one.
Yeah.
But they all have perfect scores, is how they say it in the first episode.
Okay.
So then he dies, and you were telling me earlier that you were like, how in the hell did this kid made a plan, 2 days before he went to the chop house, and at this point on the anime, you can before you find out that Norman left a plan for Emma. Emma is healing from her broken leg, and she appears to be defeated. She's given up for Mama, but you find out that the entire time she's just like ranking up like little kids.
Yeah, so Norman somehow in the 48 hours before he died wrote out a very detailed, elaborate plan for Emma to follow. And Emma has been faking the extent of her injuries for 2 months. And the day before Ray is going to get shipped out, she decides to enact the plan.
Yes.
And she's been secretly training the rest of the kids up to 5 years old and up, because everyone younger than that is seen as a liability. And throughout this whole time, Emma's been trying to get the entirety of the farm to escape with her, but Ray's been trying to push against taking any of the younger kids because he saw them as dead weight.
Well, he doesn't know about the plan, and I guess the plan that Norman had initially was to do it before he was chipped, because he already knew that Ray wanted to, before his birthday, he wanted to just end it up.
And it kind of made sense that Ray wanted to leave without the kids, because that's how I kind of saw it too. And they're going into a world that, actually, they don't know. They don't know what's out there in that world.
Well, I think it's like Aldo was talking about. He's kind of the loner, and the only people he cares about are Norman and Emma. He cares about himself, Norman, and Emma. Like what you almost were talking about was he would be willing to sacrifice himself for Emma and Norman, and that's like it. Like he values his two best only friends / siblings over his own life.
And throughout the anime, you're getting hints that Ray has known about this for a very long while, and at some point he decides to say that.
And I think that's the underlying reason why he was helping Mom out too.
Yes,
protect
absolutely.
them. Yeah.
Absolutely.
He's trying to be on the inside so that he can protect Norman and Emma.
There you go.
And him and his eccentric mind, because he's been knowing this whole time, he's not trying to take any chances and just barely thinking about these other two kids, which is Emma and Norman, because they're smart enough to get the fuck out of there. And sorry for my French, but he at the day before his birthday, he's just fed up. He doesn't know what the plan of Emma is, so he's telling Emma that he's just gonna kill himself because he's not gonna let any fucking demon eat him. Yeah, and he has a plan of lighting himself on fire right before his birthday.
He finds a lot of kerosene, propane.
It says fuel, dude. That can says just fuel.
It looks like lighter fluid, and he's got a whole box of it. He's gonna light himself on fire, lighting the house on fire, and that's gonna distract Mom so much that Emma's gonna be able to escape.
Yes.
That everyone's going to be able to escape.
No. His plan was just Emma was gonna escape by herself. So then Emma finds him and tells him Norman's whole plan about how everyone was going to escape together.
Not even. This was on the matches and just drops it on themselves.
Selfish bastard.
He downs a whole can on himself, and he's drenched in lighter fluid. He lights a match. Emma catches said match.
Yeah.
And is like, listen, dumbass.
You're not dying, motherfucker.
Yeah, you got to help me direct these kids. So they cut off their left ears, get rid of the tracking devices. They use the ropes to jump over the 100-foot wall with all the kids.
Mm-hmm.
The house is on fire. Mom's distracted. They have all the rest of the kids. And they're escaping along the circumference of the wall, because there's 8 farms together shaped like a little octagon.
5, I think.
Something like that, a little hexagon.
Uh-huh.
And they're going to escape through the forest. But there's a
huge gap.
Yeah,
cliff.
A huge cliff, hanging off.
Yeah,
it's a trench.
That's
because it's a trench all around the whole plantation. So I wonder how big that was, because little kids were able to throw. What was it, the rope?
Well, they hang glide over it or something.
Yeah.
They attach a rope to the tree on the other side of the trench. And hang down off some coat hangers.
Because that's a feat.
That's like the most unrealistic part of the whole thing.
Yeah, that these kids are just throwing rocks.
Bro, they're geniuses. What do you mean? You can do anything when you're a genius. Look
Not
at
all
Batman.
of them. Not all of them.
So then the kids escape, and that's where we find out. We get a flashback of Mom's younger life when she was also a patronage at a farm. And
Apparently all of them have.
yeah, so we find out that she's also been able to get up on the wall and seen like this huge trench. So she knew exactly where the kids were going to try to escape from. But then it also shows one of the guys she grew up with in her farm like 10 or so years ago, or like 15 years ago.
Something like that.
Something like that. So he ended up being the kind of genius that could write songs at like 11 years old.
A prodigy. A true prodigy.
And this little hum sticks with her like throughout this whole time. And that's how we find out that Ray is her kid, because the entire time that she's pregnant with Ray
knows the song.
Yeah, she's humming this song.
Doesn't she hum it to like the whole babies?
She hums it to the babies, but Ray remembers it because he remembers being... For some reason, Ray has memories like as both like an infant and as a fetus.
So according to Ray, everybody experiences like infantile amnesia or something like that, which is what makes you forget what you were a baby. So he remembers everything from the womb.
Yeah, which is how he recognizes this song. And then it's sad because you see like a toddler Ray reading a book, asking Mom what's up, like in a flashback as she's staring at the wall, and he just says, "Hey, Mom," as in, like, he knows that that's his actual mother. So, Mom's sad and waves everybody goodbye, and she's probably going to end up dead, like, once the...
I thought she was going to jump.
Well, I mean, she was pretty happy that they were able to escape, because, I mean, those are children, and she's in a lose-lose situation, because if she keeps the children, they're going to eventually be food. They're going to be on that poo-poo platter. So, that's pretty disheartening for her. And if they escape, they have a chance that they might die, but they might still be alive, still make it somehow. Who knows?
And that's the end of season 1.
And don't you think it's kind of underwhelming, like the ending?
It's like that on purpose because it's implying like, hey, there's like a whole bunch more stories, so like this is just to hold you over for now.
I don't think so. I think I cared more about the little kids, the ones that didn't get to leave, because at the end, Emma has to make the decision of leaving the little kids. But there is one really smart kid that noticed how scared Emma was in the whole conflict when Norman left. And
the youngest one, huh?
Yeah, he just kept that like, oh shit, like, is there something wrong with Mom? Because he saw how scared Emma was. And at the end, you realize that Emma had left them as the oldest of the babies. And I think that's pretty cool. It doesn't hold me out like that. I think that's pretty cool. I want to see, because Emma, once she escapes and everybody escapes, she's just like, hey, we're coming back. We got at least 2 years for these kids to not be, programmed or at least scheduled to be shipped out.
Yeah, so...
And I think it finishes pretty good. It doesn't finish unclimactic for me, I'll say. Because, I know the manga has still some shit to say, and the season 2 is coming up, but...
Yeah.
I can't wait to see what happens.
Because the manga is almost 200 chapters, right?
It's over 200 chapters.
Yeah?
It's a weekly Shonen Jump.
Yep. Yeah, dude, it's honestly the manga. I was just so surprised of where they took it. Like,
have you finished it, or how far are you?
No, I wouldn't be able to tell you. I'm not going to say super far, but I want to say that probably need to read like another like 150 chapters to be.
So you're like halfway.
Yeah, something like that, I guess.
Oh, okay.
Like halfways. But even then, even halfways, it's a lot of story, man. Like, there's a lot of shit just going on. And honestly, it's filled with dialogue. Like, that's all it is.
And I like it, man. It's a very cool thing to see. It's very easy to watch for me, it's engaging. You know,
Mhm.
So it's bitty.
it's bitty.
Dude, it's tight. I mean, we get to see in the manga, you get to see more character development for all the rest of the kids. So I think that's something else.
Phil?
That's
I think the little
that's-
kid's name was Phil.
yeah, Phil's a very little smart kid. But yeah, it's very it leaves a lot of room for growth. Like character development is something that you'll definitely get to see a lot, and then the world development as well. It's very interesting. I think that's the most like exciting part is like getting to see like the actual world and where this little journey of them is going to take them and what answers they're going to find once they leave the plantation or once they're out there. So
The Promised Land is bitty. Please watch it. Prep for season 2.
what do you guys rate it?
And they're down.
Bitty.
Oh,
No,
bitty?
I said it's bitty.
I said
You
it's
think-
bitty. I like it. I give it a solid 8.5. It's great.
It was like the most popular anime like last year.
Yeah, every
Yeah, it
anime,
was.
it's always the next popular anime last
Yeah,
But-
I mean, pretty much everything that we've been talking about
year. Yeah.
has been fairly popular the times they've been out. So I think season 1 is okay. It's not the best.
I think they make it obvious there's a lot more coming.
Yes, absolutely. So with that said, season 1 of Promised Neverland, I'll give it a solid 7.
7.
Yeah.
Nice. I like it.
Yeah,
I like
not enough biddies. There were some parts where it's just kind of, it's like I said, man, it's a lot of dialogue, and you just have to take it in and see where the story takes you, and you're just in for a ride, to be honest. And I'm excited for season 2.
I'll start reading again after season 2.
I don't know why they spend so much
I-
CGI on those walking the hallway.
I want
fucking
to,
scenes.
yeah, dude. I want to see where it kind of ends. Like, I want to know how far like they take it in season 2, because there's a lot that happens. But yeah, definitely start reading it, man. It's pretty fucking dope. It's a good story. I'm not gonna lie. There's a couple of parts where I had to like skip. So skip a couple of chapters. My bad. So yeah. So let's get it. It's the damn Nerd Down.
Nerd down! Get it? I was
Nerd
trying
down.
to give visual clues.
Yeah.
to
You
words.
should've just
Glasses
said
and
it.
Down.
You should have just like
Nerd
we should have
down.
just finished what I was just saying and just said, all right, well, cool. Like you say it verbally.
Like you say
you
it, just
cue
say
it verbally.
Just cue it with me. Okay. So the nerds got down at the Nerd Down, and that's where we discovered Biddy. So what happened, guys? What's going on this week?
Nothing, man. We couldn't record yesterday. That sucked. But
I had
besides
fun. I
that,
don't know about you.
I did not.
Me and Lloyd recorded. We had a great time watching Rent a Girlfriend.
Drew was
Cool.
pretty mad.
For sure
I
he
was so upset. I was like, how dare that nerd with glasses go get a
He
job?
was saturated with sodium.
But the week before that, we went to Redoso, you and I, and your girlfriend and my girlfriend.
Oh,
You went to Ruidoso?
You went to
together.
Redoso.
I went to Ruidoso
Yes.
Y'all had an intimate time in Ruidoso together.
with our girlfriends.
With our
Together.
respective
What did you
girlfriends.
and, what did your right you and your
And
right hand do?
What did you finish your homework?
Yeah, I finished my homework. Yeah, I was gonna go, and then I called my girlfriend, and I was like, "What? You didn't even got a girlfriend?"
And then his left hand answered instead.
I was
And
like, "Oh
then-
shit!" I was like, "Oh shit!"
What are you doing here?
Left hand took me out of dinner, wanted to dive my ass up.
Right hand got jealous.
Huh.
But yeah, and I haven't done anything much besides being busy at work, obviously.
I just wanted to talk about the poll again. So the winner of the last poll was Samurai Champloo.
Yes, sir.
I've already started watching. I think I'm on like episode 5 or so.
Mm-hmm.
We'll record next weekend based off of that anime.
We should definitely try to record on Sunday.
If Lloyd does his homework.
Yep, Lloyd, do your homework. Everybody, hashtag Lloyd, do your homework, please.
Please
guys,
mention at Between Nerds. Use the hashtag Nerds with Autism and at Autism Society EP. And with the message, Lloyd, please do your homework so we get an episode next Sunday.
Yeah.
I don't think they understand how busy I was this week. I had some unexpected things come up.
Right hand called
and then shut up.
and
then
left
I
hand
had
was like, yo.
I had homework that I had to do, and there's got papers I gotta write. So
That's good, man. I'm proud.
I hate it.
Hey.
Writing dumb
hello,
papers.
Hello, darkness. Oh, wait, hold on. We don't have royalties for that.
Wait, hold on. Hello, darkness, my old friend.
You have to sing it off tune, so we don't have to pay.
But if he's singing it
royalties.
originally, he's
Yeah,
making
because
his
it's-
own work out of it,
No.
so that makes it free use.
A cover? No.
All right, well, that was a little preview, so
No.
I'm gonna copyright that shit myself. But yeah, anyways, I've been pretty busy, so if some of the episodes come late, I am sorry. I probably postponed it, or Aldo had to work again.
Drew's always prepared is the moral of his story.
I think we could all agree that
I'm
Drew
I was prepared yesterday.
is a good guy, you know? He hasn't had any times where he's not able to record.
He's
He
reliable.
yells.
Actually-
He yells. He wants a schedule and he wants it now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I get it. I want it too, and I wish we would have recorded on Sunday.
He's been a spicy boy, Drew.
Hey, it's just that, we're all in this.
He's been off the ghost pepper lately.
Hey, the ghost pepper. Yeah, we got some good cheese.
No, here's the thing about Sunday. Lloyd said we couldn't record on Sunday because he had homework to do, but then he just came drinking out with me instead.
Yeah, and you were there, and there was no yelling.
We were trying to record at the bar and it didn't happen.
Okay, look. So what I did was I had a paper that I had to write for work, and then I was able to finish that. I submitted it because it's not like I was going to have anyone peer review it. I just went over it, made sure that it was good, sent it to the boss man, and I was like, fuck it, this guy's he's at the local watering hole. I'm going to show up. Is that so bad?
And
I
then-
fulfilled my task.
And then Aldo decided
And-
he wanted to be a good boyfriend and not
And
hang
you guys-
out with us.
They're being he was being needy.
Always a good boyfriend.
All right, well, good for you.
Yeah.
Anything else has happened? Well, what you been up to, Drew? How's work been? How's the shit testing facility?
The water lab is busy. Get me out. SOS. You mention at Between Nerds and at Autism Society EP with the hashtag Nerds for Autism with the message get Drew a new job.
Yes.
Yep.
You will receive more biddies mail.
My gratification.
His ratification.
All right, so definitely send us an email so we can save your email. We're gonna have newsletters coming out soon.
That's not true.
That's not true. Newsletters.
Aldo,
Wait,
what's
I just
the
wanted
email?
to
what's
get
the
people
email?
to email us.
Between Nerds podcast at gmail.com. Please email us.
Oh.
We're not going to have a newsletter. We just might sell your email.
Why not?
somewhere.
We can.
This podcast isn't making any money yet.
Yes, please.
We'll send them like daily anime quotes.
Yes.
Oh, I forgot what I was talking about. We're gonna post another poll. So
Yes.
Samurai Champloo won the poll. That's what we're watching this
what are we
week.
going to post now?
And
God damn.
I keep seeing.
I'm tired of these polls. I don't like these
Okay,
choices.
let's
of
Do you
these
want to just pick
people.
something?
Yeah, we can just pick something. We picked something
What do you
before.
want to pick, Lloyd?
Yeah, the
I-
hell with our listeners.
Yeah, I don't
They
like.
picked the
I
past
don't
like
like.
3 weeks. Give
Yeah.
us one.
Okay, give us one. Listeners.
I don't like this
Please
no
come back.
more.
Please come back.
I don't like this no more. Let's.
I
let's
keep
see
seeing
something
Darling in the
crazy.
Franks. I can't remember last time I saw Evangelion all the way through.
We're not gonna.
You don't want to go old, or where are you going?
We're going.
Modern?
Wait.
Darling?
Should we do like all the Neon Genesis Evangelion like movies?
How many
Or-
are they, bro?
Because one of them's just the anime, isn't it?
Yeah. And then because they're supposed to be all different because it's
Can we watch
Like
the
another
show
universe.
and make the movies optional?
can we watch the movie?
I want to watch movies, but I don't want to watch.
You want to watch the show and then the movies? Is that what you're saying?
I'm down for 2 episodes. I don't care, but I don't want to watch.
You
two.
said for 2 episodes or 12?
Why not? How many movies are there? Are these movies long? Are we gonna
I think
talk
there's
about?
like 4, isn't there?
It's like 20-something episodes too, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it's fairly long. We can pick something else. I don't know. I don't have anything else in mind. Actually, you know what? I take that back.
Darling in the Franks. Darling in the Franks.
I was about to say Domestic Girlfriend, but we can. I don't know.
Has it finished the season? Has the season?
Domestic
Yeah,
Girlfriend's done. Domestic
for
Girlfriend's
that.
not done.
Okay,
For
we
that
can talk
season?
about that. Let's fucking do that.
You want to do Domestic Girlfriend?
Or
It's gonna be
Rent-A-
spicy.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm down.
Yeah.
It is.
We've been
spicy.
wanting to talk about this, and I've been wanting to watch
Yeah.
it, so now I have an excuse to watch it.
It definitely gives me a chance to like rewatch it again,
Vianney, don't watch it while Vianney's like at home. She's gonna yell at you.
I don't care.
dude. Just tell her it's like a soap opera.
You hurt him.
Yeah.
I mean, it is.
It is.
It
It's
is
a
a soap-
novella.
it's
It's a
garbage.
novella.
It's just.
It's
a
trash.
garbage.
It's
as
a
novella.
fucking dumpster fire. That's what it is.
Oh, I'm so excited.
A
Okay.
kitchen fire. A kitchen spicy fire.
Domestic Girlfriend next week.
I'm down.
I'm super excited.
Domestic Girlfriend, please.
So what do we have
Watch
this
with
week?
us.
We said Samurai Champloo.
We're watching Space Cowboy Bebop in the Samurai world. Samurai Champloo.
So there's no poll this time.
No.
We're watching Samurai for the last poll, and then we're doing domestic. So
Heck
Take
yeah,
it
the
easy.
podcasters win this battle.
there you go.
Fuck yeah.
Shout out to our
Yeah.
listeners.
Until we get like more than 10 active followers,
You
we're
guys
deciding.
can get your polls back. Yeah, you guys are
Yeah,
grounded.
you need to invite your
You
friends.
guys
Tell
are
them about because if
grounded.
not,
Unless we see some real traction, we
Yeah.
pick this.
We're picking our
I'm gonna start
animes.
picking the trashiest animes I find on the internet.
Domestic Girlfriend Season 2.
So y'all need to subscribe, man. Leave the reviews. Tell us what you want to see.
We still haven't
I
had
mean,
any reviews since like the second week.
Tell us your favorite anime. Tell us what you want from us.
Hey, you know what? I'm not that mad because at least we don't have any like haters on the reviews.
Because nobody knows about it.
Yeah. We need more haters.
We need exposure.
We need more haters. Anybody willing to hate us, just be out there. Hate
Yeah.
us,
Anyways, if you ever see us at the bar, buy us a shot of Jameson.
please.
I mean, I am pretty
Not a
sure
sponsor.
you don't know what we look like, but
you don't know we look at it, but like, hey, you sound like Between Nerds.
are you?
What?
What? Who said that?
But yes, you guys being grounded from polls, so we're just gonna start picking ourselves. No, I'm just playing. We're still gonna do polls, but that's it, guys. Please, like I said, mention us.
Yeah.
Keep listening. Let us know what you want to do. Tell us your favorite anime.
Nerds for Autism, please. It literally does not cost you a single thing.
We're only donating like $5 so far, please, guys. Like,
Yes.
I'm waiting for Aldo to donate at least $300 for the cause. So please just keep spamming the hashtag. I don't even care at this point.
Let's do it. Come on, guys. Come on.
We can do this. We can do this together.
And thank you for listening, guys.
This-
And wait for us another week for another episode.
This has been Between Nerds. Between
Two biddies.
Yeah.
the lovers of Biddy. This is
wait.
the Biddy Nerds.
It
Today's.
is Tuesday.
Today is Tuesday.
Oh, that makes sense because I
August
said
18th
two biddies.
of the Biddies.
But today we have three biddies.
Thank you for the 3 Biddy reviews. 5-star reviews, please. Biddy out.